Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about foundation. All the mistakes that you could possibly make when applying, choosing your foundation, and how to correct them. For those of you who are new in here, hi, my name is ANDREEA Ali and I'm a professional makeup artist based in Paris. One of the things that I've done in the past couple of years was to help women pick and create their own makeup kit. And I went shopping with them. I went to their houses, look through their makeup kit, watch their routine, and I've gathered a few mistakes that you possibly could make when it comes to foundation. So I want to go through pretty much everything that I've seen from my experience. Let's get into it. The first mistake that we all make is choosing the wrong color. That can be the wrong tone and the wrong undertone. What does that mean? The tone is the intensity of the color, light, light medium, medium dark, so on and so forth. The undertone is the hidden color. Take any color, it could be warm undertone or cool undertone. But when it comes to the skin and when it comes to foundation, it's more than just warm and cool. It's much more than that because our skin could be warm olive or it could be neutral olive, warm golden. Like there are so many variations. And I'm here to tell you that if you did not find your foundation color until this day, I get you. I'm not here to judge you. No one has the right to judge you because it's damn hard. How can we make choosing foundation easier? There are a few criterias that you have to check every time you're looking for a new foundation. So what I suggest is to actually go in the store, have a foundation with you that you know it's the perfect match. Hopefully you do have that. And then when you go check out a new foundation, instead of like trying on the face, figure out what works for you, you could have your foundation from home, put it on the back of your hand, and then right next to it, you could check the colors that you want to buy and see which one is closest to the one that you have already at home. If you do not have yet the perfect match foundation for you in terms of colors, then I suggest you to go in the store, try it on your face. Try the foundation on your face and make sure you wear something with an open net so that when you try the foundation on the face, it matches with the majority of your skin, chest, cheek, and forehead. Because the chances for your skin to be even, chest, chin, forehead are minimum. If you do have that, if you have a very even skin tone, then you're very lucky and I'm so happy for you. But if you have multiple skin tones, we're usually darker on the forehead, darker on the shoulders as well, because that's where the sun hits you the most, right? Because if you check it on, let's just say your chest, it's like, oh, I think I got it right. And then you put it on your face, might not be the same thing. Try the foundation on your face. Go outside in daylight and see what the foundation actually looks. Maybe go home, be in front of a big window and see if you love the foundation. I think if people would have a little bit more patience with a product that should be your biggest investment when it comes to your makeup kit, we would make less mistakes. So have patience, go to the store, try it, go outside, go home, see how it looks like, and then you can buy it. I know it's a long process, but I promise you it's worth it. So we talked about the wrong color, which includes wrong tone and wrong undertone. But how can you figure out the tone and undertone? So the tone is easier, right? You know your skin better. You know if you're light or light medium or fair. The easiest way I think you could find your undertone is to check out your forearms. If your veins, they're more on the green side, then you're most probably a warm undertone. If they are more on the blue or purple side, then you're most likely on the cool or blue undertone. If your veins are like green and blue and purple and like you don't know, it's somewhere in between, you might be neutral undertone. This is what my skin looks like after 8 days of wearing self-tan. So I'm I'm probably having very little self-tan at the moment. Here we have my husband's hand. You could tell that he's a cool undertone, okay? He's very pink. His veins are very purplish compared with mine that are, look how green mine are. Another mistake that you could do would be to use the wrong texture for you. So in my opinion, for example, if you have very, very thin skin, your skin will not look good if you're using a cream or a heavy foundation, because also the odds for a very thin skin is to also have a lot of very, very fine lines. Usually thin skin gets fine lines much easier. So with a heavier foundation, everything is going to be super noticeable. The more thin your skin is, the more thin your foundation should be, the more liquidy your foundation should be. And listen, when you're using a foundation, I guess that's why most women prefer, no matter what they need, they do prefer a very lightweight foundation because it's much more forgiving. It's much more forgiving for the color. Like if you have a full coverage foundation, if it's not the exact match, you're going to see it. But if the foundation is very lightweight, it does not have a lot of pigment and coverage, then you could get away with a color that it's not the exact match. Picking a wrong texture is just as bad as picking the wrong color, because it will just feel like the foundation moves separately. And I gave you 3 examples of foundation. One is very liquidy, and you could see how it kind of spreads and becomes very thin immediately, has very light coverage. And then another one that it's more creamy. It's still a liquid foundation, but it has more consistency. And as you can see on this little candle holder, this foundation, you can spread it and spread it. So that means a little goes a long way with this. And it has a lot more coverage than the previous one. A cream foundation, one that usually comes in a pod, that one is like heavy duty foundation. Of course, you could spread it and make it much lighter, but this type of foundation, I would, for example, never recommend to someone that has mature skin, very thin skin, or someone that has very oily skin. A third mistake is very simple, and I think we all make this mistake. You don't let your skincare sit for long enough before you actually apply your makeup base. A lot of you have all your kit in your bathroom. Am I right? You're in the bathroom, where it's already a little steamy from the shower, right? You're applying your skincare, which nowadays it's like at least 3 layers of products, because you've got toner, essence, vitamin C serum, hyaluronic serum, moisturizer, and SPF. I'm not saying all of you do this, and I'm not judging people who don't do this or people who do this. You do you, whatever you want, okay? But the point is that you're in the bathroom and you're applying your skincare, and then you take your foundation, and then you start to apply your foundation immediately. Give it a moment to breathe. Give it a moment to sit. And if your base, it's too slippery, it's too oily, you can see that it's like sitting on top of your skin. No wonder your foundation is not going to last, because everything's going to be like smeared and melted together, and nothing will last throughout the day. It's very important to give just a little bit of time. Give it like 5 to 10 minutes. Do your skincare and then go get a glass of water. Apply your body lotion. I don't know, do your hair, prepare your clothes. Just do something between the skincare and the foundation. Number 4 is using the wrong tools. For example, the flat brush. The flat brush is amazing to just take the foundation and literally apply it on the skin. But it's not a great brush to buff, to spread the foundation on your face, because it will always leave some stripes. Even if maybe you don't see it, but if you look in a magnifying mirror, like I do all the time, you can see that the foundation was not spread well. What happens with a foundation that's not spread well, Well, first of all, we all know it doesn't look good. But second of all, where there's less foundation, where the foundation didn't reach the skin, sebum is like making place, especially if you have combination or oily skin, and then it starts to break the foundation. If you give the foundation a little opportunity to melt, it will. When you're applying foundation, try to apply an even layer. Instead of using a flat brush, I'm not saying this is not good, it's just not good for blending. You could apply your foundation with this, apply it, and then come with a different brush like this one that I've just used to apply my foundation. This is from Il Makiage number 100. I love this foundation brush. This is the type of foundation you see. It's round, it's dense, but not too dense. I don't like a foundation brush that is too dense. And I also don't like a foundation. You see, this is dense, but I don't like the very sharp edges. No, it has to be a little bit round in here. And like I said, it has to be dense, but not too dense, because then it will suck up all of your product. So this is great to just buff the foundation into your skin. Another thing that I love, just use this, is the beauty blender. Nothing compares with a beauty blender, the original one, okay? Because it sort of imitates the texture of your skin, and makeup artists love this. And not only, I know you guys love this. I do have to admit it's quite pricey, especially for the fact that, you know, it kind of breaks easily. So if you want to use your beauty blender right, you have to make sure it's damp. So literally put it under the water, give it a few squeezes, get all the excess water off, and then start to use it, because it's a hydrophilic sponge, which means it loves the water. So when you put it under the water, it will double its size. And then when you apply foundation, when you take your foundation with the sponge, it will sort of like push the foundation onto the skin. Because if you use it dry, it's like he's dehydrated, okay? It's like the sponge is dehydrated. It's like, I'm gonna take all the moisture that I can find. And make sure you wash it with the cheapest soap, okay? Bar of soap, not liquid soap, every single time before you use it. Just go to the bathroom, give it a quick wash before you use it. Once you get it in your habit, it's easy. And make sure you don't, if you have long nails, make sure you don't get your nails in it, because it will break, unfortunately, very easily if you do this. So be gentle with your beauty blender, because it's expensive. Another mistake that some people can make, I'm not here to judge, I'm here to just educate and help you, is to use your brushes or sponges dirty. No wonder it doesn't look good when you apply your foundation with a brush that hasn't been washed in like a week or even more than that. Especially if you keep your brushes in something that's similar with this, where they're open and all the dust can get on top of them. It's one thing to use your powder or your bronzer brush for like a week without washing it, but using your foundation brush for a whole week without washing it, or your beauty blender, it is exactly as if, think about it like this, it's like you using your toothbrush and then you don't rinse it. You leave it like that for the next time you brush your teeth. No one does that, right? So why would you apply foundation with something that already has product in it that probably dried and has a little bit of dust if you keep your brushes like this? Girl, no. And you know, when I tell people about this, they're like, oh my god, you're a makeup artist, of course you're washing your brushes. You guys, like, it's not because I'm a makeup artist, and it's not because I'm like I'm OCD or like I'm crazy about cleaning. No, god, you should see my mirror. It's about the skin. Skin is health. I don't want to put a foundation on my face with a thing that might be dirty, that might have germs and bacteria. Last thing I want to mention, it could be considered a mistake. I personally do consider it a mistake, is buying your foundation online. I think that's a big mistake, especially if you haven't tried that foundation ever before. If you know your color, of course, get your foundation online. You don't need to go to the store. But the chances for you to actually get it right are very low. Each brand is so different. So if you try neutral foundation from one brand, let's just say you already know. Like, I know I am light medium skin tone. If I don't wear self-tan, my skin is neutral tone. If I do wear self-tan, my skin, or if I'm naturally tan, my skin gets warm. I know, theoretically, I know what I need, but each brand is different. Let's take Charlotte Tilbury. The tendency is to go warm, but there are brands that on the other side, they don't do warm and olive tones at all. Chanel. It's like Chanel is only for a specific skin, and that's it. If Alex wants a foundation, like a perfect match, he would most definitely find it at Chanel. If I want to have a foundation from Chanel that is like a perfect match with my olive tint, I can't make compromises because their foundations are very lightweight. So, you know, they're much more forgiving, like I said. But a perfect match at Chanel, I mean, I love Chanel. Still buying their stuff. They've never sent me anything. But I'm just saying, you know, they have not changed their way. This was my video for you about a foundation. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful and if you learned anything new. I'm gonna put a list with everything that I'm wearing in terms of makeup. Usually when I do something as natural as this, people will always have questions, so make sure that you check out my description box. I'm also gonna put this. And this is a dress, not for pregnancy. It's just a normal dress that happens to be very stretchy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. I'm gonna try this Chanel on you. It looks like... What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Look, babe. You're made for Chanel. Clean your damn brushes.